All right, so people, good night. Well, try to get some sleep, but I was waking up. Um, Usually I get wake up regular, but tonight was a different night. I was waking up by a 7-year-old little girl baby. Um, Unusual. So, but after probably 1 o'clock now in the night or 2 o'clock, someone was she up so late. So, um, but I was trying to go back to sleep, but I said, yo, I'm have to record this because it wouldn't be um, fitting or soothing to my soul if I go back to sleep without record it. You understand? Well, she was asking me one bag of question, and one time up, and I wonder if it's our parents and decide I want to tell her to ask me such questions. You understand? But at the end of the day, going through the discussion, it's about 5 or 6 or 7 minutes with a discussion with a little baby, 7-year-old girl. First she asked me about Jamaica, and she said, why is God destroying Jamaica? So I told her, I said, no, baby, God is not destroying Jamaica. It's just the wrongs that the politicians have been doing, and the people has been doing wrong against themselves by making stupid decisions and not listening to God and not listening to the cry of themselves. So God is showing them a sign by sending the waters. So she asks, the rain is not falling out, so why is the place flooding out? I said, and I smiled. I said, no, it's just a mystical water to show the government of Jamaica said God is greater than them. You understand? So now that the place is being flooded out and mountain is coming down, houses is being washing away, that not even happening in a no storm at all. So the people don't see this, my dear child, and see that God is great. They're going to face a wicked judgment if they do not go down on their knee and praise God. And if the politicians plus the Prime Minister Andrew Wallace do not turn back his evilest ways. You understand? Judgment will take the land. You understand? I was just talking to her like she was a big adult because she was asking a adult question. You understand? So, because you know some people, when you're talking to a little baby, sometimes you talk some googa gaga talking, but this little girl was asking some serious questions. So she asked me again, what do I think about the TV saying that Corona is on the island? I said, do you know any Corona person? She said, no, Mr. Lewis, I do not know none. So I said, exactly. And I told her the truth, because you have to let the truth be known. You cannot hide the truth from the youths. So I told her, I said, listen me, baby girl, Sasha, because she said her name was Sasha, I said, listen me, baby girl, Sasha. The government is doing an evilest thing by trying to kill off the people of the land, including probably your parents and including probably myself and all who's around them, just to benefit or just to prove to a gentleman that they call Bill Gates and the Pope of Rome and the big farmers them and all the Chinese investors them that want to buy out the land. She said, what do you mean by buy out the land? I said, the lands have been sold. Your land, my land, our ancestors' land, the land that we are to inherit to make a future, better generation for such people as yourself, Sasha, and my children them. She said, oh, but when she said, oh, I smiled because she acted like she understand everything that I was saying. So I keep on continue the discussion. So she said to me again, Paramount Lewis, so why are they doing that? I said, Sasha, it's just for greed and stupidity. Because if the Prime Minister was so smart, he would have invested in the island and dig the golds and the diamonds and the precious metals and the earth and then sold it back to the Chinese and all overseas investors instead of selling them out the land. She said, you're telling the truth, Mr. Lewis. I can see. But people, for some reason, this little girl sounds smart. She talks smart, asks smart questions. So that's how I'm saying now, these little kids nowadays, you have to be careful what they do and what they say around them. So she said she watched me on her phone every day. So I said, you have a phone? She said, yes, my mom bought me a phone. So I said, wow. So she said she's one of my biggest fans. So people, just get up and, you understand, decide, say, we can't go back to sleep because we have to come on the TV and talk this thing because, you understand, and I ring her back just to see if it was a real call. So just because the little kid was asking some strange question. So people, leave me for say now. It is good when a kid is scared of the dark, people, because they're just fragile, they're just kids, yes, and they're young. But it's a shame and an embarrassment when adults such as yourself and myself is afraid to face the truth and talk the truth, because we feel people might look down on us and people might feel that we're not among the crowd. Because what is going on now in Jamaica, my people, is totally stupidness, where you have the gods them is flooding out the place now just to show the politicians them and you the people them that God still exists, the Almighty Jesus Christ still exists. But yet still the government is going around and preaching about COVID vaccine spike is going up. They can't even go to some of the places because the road is flooded out. Mountains are dropped down, house are washed away. And these government, instead of looking out for the benefits of you, the people, they're still telling you that COVID. So now, if no one is mingling now, they have almost a whole Jamaica and we're mass now. So why is the COVID getting higher? And then different from that now, ladies and gentlemen, since them said COVID is getting higher, if it's an airborne disease, that means everyone in Jamaica and the Caribbean should have had it, because we're not wearing no goggles, so our eyes is still open. You understand? And then now, where is the COVID vaccine that they said they're going to give you? Not even where it is. What about it? Now, this vaccine is from Bill Gates. It's a test vaccine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why would you want to give your people test vaccine? Then they're planning to give all the people them on the front line it. And then why isn't the police them that is on the road catching it? It's just a police commissioner that is in his office catch it. Why isn't the doctors them on the bus, the taxi driver them catching it? It's just multi-billionaires that is in their office, the bankers them catching it, Usain Bolt catching it, mayors catching it that is in their office and not mingling with the crowd. So why isn't the common man catching it, that we can go and look for and say, I already had corona vaccine, I already have corona. So people, we all know that this is a scam to kill off you and us, the people of the land, to hand it over back to the Chinese them and the Bill Gates Corporation, and to use our body to sell body parts. You may say it's a conspiracy, but conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen, is things that you cannot prove. All of this what I'm talking about, everyone on the planet know about it, but because the news is spreading this crazy crap, you guys do not want to go against the news. And then because enough of you guys want to impress the politicians them who do not want to impress you, apparently, they want to kill you and I and us all off. So people, I couldn't go back to my bed because Sasha Gay, she was on my mind, people. Yes, and a little kid asking some crazy questions. You understand? Then she asked, what do I think about the presidential election in the USA? I said, wow. She watched my show. Yes, and she's a huge fan of mine and she loves me. I said, I love you too, Sasha. Yes, and so I said, with Donald Trump's now, Sasha, the media has try to kill his character and try to kill everything about him just because same Bill Gates, a company named T-Mobile, I don't know if you know it, T-Mobile and the Chinese them are trying to give the people them, including myself, vaccine to put microchip in us and change our blood type for their new generation that they call the New World Order. So it's all a thing to get out Donald Trump's because he's the only one at the time that was standing in their way. But a lot of people is catching on now, Sasha, so I don't know how it's going to end up. But Joe Biden now, I don't have nothing really against him. Just only thing I have against him, because he was once a good man, is that he's now working for the big farmers them, and he's working now for the people who is trying to destroy the earth. So don't be scared if you see a lot of rain is falling and the place is flooding out, Sasha. It's just God showing we the humans that him still exists. You understand? And I said, Sasha, go to your bed now. I love you. I just said, okay, Mr. Lewis, I love you too. And I hanged up people and try to forget my bed, but you know, I have to come out here and do a little show upon it. So big up Sasha again. So people, the moral of the situation is now that you, the people, must stand up for your rights. Yes, and because no one else is going to stand up for your rights if you do not want to stand up for it. You understand? Although I'm trying to stand up for your rights. So that's why I was telling the people, I said, get to the maroon identification card, get to the sovereignty. And you see, even in Jamaica and all around the world, the politicians them are trying to kill the sovereign philosophy. Meaning now, they're trying to tell you that sovereign people got no talk on the land. Hungry people got talk is a corporations them. So the government is a corporation that was created by the colonial government them, aka the white minority super leaders, what them call themselves, because of money. So Africa, Nyankepong, aka Jamaica, otherwise what them call Jamaica, the official Atlantis, you understand, ladies and gentlemen, the North American territory. So I'm just asking you people, understand yourself now, man. You gotta have to do the right thing. And the right thing, more time than mean you have to please the politicians them and please the press and the media, so you want to look like you get a good name. But getting a good name and doing the wrong thing, that's danger, because the wrong thing that you're doing just to get a good name and to look beautiful and to look like said you're fitting in with the masses, it's not good. We all know that if you wear a mask, it's gonna give you the real flu. It's gonna give you a side effects of a thing called carbon dioxide pneumonia. So carbon dioxide pneumonia, people, is when time your chest start twirl up, you understand? And you can't talk and you start breathe. So the rain is falling here now, people. It's a cold flu season now. So if you get a little cold now through the rain, they gotta say you have corona. And the politician them is even swimming in boat, going house to house, trying to test people for corona. And see that the PMP try for them back together election, and everybody is mixing. Which nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with it. But something is wrong when your politicians them are trying to kill you off, all for big corporate society, business people, and they're trying to kill the small business them, and no one is listening. People, I'm telling you, you are all gonna live to regret it. First thing, you see how God deal with the land now. Christians, Rastafarians, all people come out and talk for the right. I am the Paramount Chief of the Nyankepong Maroon Sovereign Tribal Global Government, and I'm talking for your rights, because as a governmental person, ladies and gentlemen, it is my right and it is every government right to defend the people, because we are representing you, the people. But the nowadays politicians them do not see that way. They have it said the people ever represent them. Instead of they're working for the masses, they're working the masses, killing the masses, selling out the masses. Politician that come in the party for just 4 or 8 years is making decision for the next 10, 15, 20 generations. And bad decision too. So ladies and gentlemen, big up Sasha Gay. Look a 7-year-old, look a baby girl. She do ask some strange questions, but see if she said if the kids them is asking these questions now, ladies and gentlemen, but you the adults are not asking, you're not investigating, you're just sitting at house watching the TV and trying to do what the news media tell you to do. And the news media is getting all their facts and all their stories from the politicians, and the politicians are getting their story from the corporate society. I can tell everything that is going to happen. If you see today, Bill Gates come out and said, vaccine free run, couple of minutes, you hear the politicians them say vaccine free run. If Bill Gates come out and said tomorrow, it is all over, the politicians them come out and said it's all over, without even testing one somebody or investigating one somebody. So why as 80 have 10, Jamaica have 10, Curacao have 10, Panama have 10, as Jamaica says 60, Trinidad says 60, Panama says 60 at the same day. You don't see, it's a domino effect, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I do love you all, but wonderful love on yourself. Do the right thing. See that instead of going around and giving out food to the people who get flooded out, the politicians are still giving out guns, they're still giving out vaccines, and they're still trying to scare the people. The rain is good, people. The rain is good because at least it cool down the place and make the 5G kind of give less people cancer. So God know what he's doing. You understand? The drains them now, people. The street is flooding out. Everywhere is flooding out. And the politicians them not try to clean the drains them, people. If it was in Michael Manley time, Siaga time, they would be out in the road themselves trying to clean the drains and trying to help people and trying to make house-to-house call. No politician, no Andrew Holness, no Peter Phillips, none of them is trying to make house-to-house call. None of them is visiting the people. None of them is bringing food in the rain to give the people. But yet still they're trying to kill the jobs, kill the people in business, kill the poor man business, kill the trying man business. So they must be trying to kill off all of you. But what do I know? I'm just a Paramount Chief for the Maroon sovereign government that just spend almost 7 minutes talking to a 7-year-old girl. Asking some strange question. Wow. So people, the moral of the situation is that do the right thing. And Andrew Holness, Joe Biden, I'm asking you, do the right thing. Do not do the wrong thing. Remember your oath to the people. Remember the Constitution to serve and protect. And no politician is serving and protecting right now, people. They are all killing off the people with vaccine, fake food, fake news, fake pandemic, fake everything. That wasn't what you signed up for. The Constitution is still the Constitution, and you guys have been ripping up the Constitution for years now. But remember, I tell you, people, repent. Andrew Holness, repent. Joe Biden, do the right thing. Because our politicians is not doing the right thing. And before I go, I must say big up President Donald Trump's people. Donald Trump to me is a superhero. He's the first politician, otherwise from President Kennedy, who came up and stand up to the corruption. Try to wipe it out all clean. And he did a lot. But one day you are gotta know who was Donald Trump's or who is Donald Trump's. So Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is a hero in my book. He stood up for us, not only in his country but all over the world. That's why you see people in Africa is marching for him. People all over the world is marching for Donald Trump's. But you guys are following the press and the media at home. And the press and the media is owned by the big Macs. And the big Macs doesn't care about you, doesn't care about us. They just care about their dollars. So people big up on themselves, love on her. Sila, Timoshe Manisha, the gods and the ancestors, Aswivas, all hail, Akandash.